I don't understand the concept of feng shui because I do remember my mother used to shop a lot of feng shui because she was somebody who just was a buyer of everything that is positive, and she would invest in everything that had a positive message without realizing that probably that purchase is gonna get attached to her in some way, like a karmic cycle. So she's the one who bought laughing Buddha for the first time in our house, and it was there as a decoration piece. We had laughing Buddha, and there was this Buddha sitting on a ship, on a boat, kind of a thing, and a lot of other things that my mother used to get in terms of feng shui, and uh, but we never thought. I never personally gave so much of a thought on this until I've never given thought on Buddha at all, to be very honest. Today is Buddha Purnima, so I'm really discussing this with everyone because we celebrate this. Everybody celebrates this. My Mani's name was Purnima, and everything is interconnected with each other. As I said, we all are part of the name system, and ironically, everything gets connected with each other, which is it's like a magnet. You attract either through a meaning, through a definition, through air, through any kind of a supplement, through any vibe, through any material. uh, you just attract, and it is there as a flaw of nature. I won't call it the I won't call it as the righteous way of looking at things. I won't call it the rightful act of nature. I would definitely call it a flaw of nature because this flaw is responsible for a lot of things to move forward normally, to turn into anomaly. I think it's a very beautiful poetic line. Everything that's normal turning into abnormal, or you can say everything normally turning into anomaly. So yeah, this is something which, because they're just, how is it possible, when you sit and start connecting dots, everything is getting massively connected with each other, and then you start thinking about it, that why is this pattern getting connected? Apparently it should not, because if this pattern exists, it is taking away your relevance. Because what happens is that you are getting drawn with every kind of a wave. So there's a difference when you are swimming in a pond, in a river, and in an ocean. Okay, when you're in the sea, it's different experience. Okay, now when you put in a sea, there are different waves which will come and touch you, and you'll be swimming your best, but you would also be pushed by nature anywhere, and you'll get attached to every shore. Where I'm coming from, what I'm trying to explain here. So when you're getting attached with every shore, you are losing your relevance. You are losing what originally belonged to you. You're losing your soil, and you are getting involved with a different soil, and that soil can be sometimes very exclusive, and sometimes it can be very damaging also, taking away everything that belonged to you. So a lot of people say, in a storm I lost a lot, but I saved my life. So the only thing that you're going to walk out from in a storm is that you're going to walk out with yourself, while everything else that you had, the ship takes away. It's in the record. It goes in the record, and the storm has taken away everything from you. So this is the hit of nature that actually takes away everything from everybody, which we don't realize. And that is the kind of a nature that we are trying to actually preserve and care for, which is actually responsible for taking everything that belongs to us. For instance, I'll again give an example for Titanic hitting iceberg. That happened naturally, right? Iceberg is a natural solid element in the middle of an ocean, and if the ship is getting hit with that accidentally, it's taking a lot away. And we don't know the real story, if that was an accident or that was actually a planned thing, because there were a lot of people from a rich background who were traveling, who were sailing in that boat, And it was difficult to pull out Titanic from the depth of 12,000 kilometers below the ocean, but it's pretty much easy to take out the things which belong to people from the ocean, the treasure that belonged to the people, the money that they were carrying. All of that was pretty easy to pull up, right? So I personally see nature as a form of a planned destruction. I do not see nature as really acting as nature. It's not really, the nature is not so natural. That's how I would like to put it across. The nature is not so natural. The nature is the most unnatural chemical that we are part of, and it is somewhere down the line eating ourselves, eating our roots, eating our very own relevance, taking away what belongs to us naturally in a way by just such a beautiful form of collaboration that we are naturally collaborating. So naturally, I fall in love with someone, and because of that love, I have to let go of my riches. Because if you fall in love in India, you have to let go of your riches because they highly praise mothers here. You know, and you have to let go of everything that belongs to you. And government's gonna take everything belongs to the mothers. Then mothers are the government. So that's a setback of falling in love with any Indian. So don't do that. You might have to lose a lot if you fall in love with an Indian. Oh my god. Nick Jonas is gonna be thinking a lot on this.